Clubs east of Fairfield.
Hey,
Good morning.
and a pleasant good morning to you.
Welcome to Morning Coffee.
What a wonderful prospect of a weekend ahead. You know, and no chores except for the fact of a couple of grandkids that are going to land in Fairfield.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to find fun things to do. Hopefully not raining tomorrow so that we
Yeah.
can find fun things to do. We're very lucky to have a good friend and, just an institution at Frontier Community College. That being Jan Wiles here today. Jan, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Glad you could be here with us.
Bring the grandchildren out to the ball field tomorrow.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I really was. We'll find interesting things to do out in the country, and I'm sure. My baby turned 30 today. Does that make me feel old? My youngest son, Alex,
Oh.
turns 30.
You're not
30.
old. You're not old enough to have a son. 30.
Unfortunately, I am, Jan. 30 years old. I remember we thought, we've got two. I know, we'll go for a girl. Which is why I never go to Vegas.
You mentioned the weekend. It's another food weekend in Fairfield.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, the Elks Lodge tomorrow has their
Yes.
fish fry, their
Right.
membership drive, fish fry. I think it runs 12 noon to 4.
Right,
And then Sunday is the St. Edward Men's Club
right.
sausage dinner.
Oh, I've got one for tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
A Big Green Egg representative will be at Rush Appliance from 10 to 3. There will be free samples, and you know who will be there?
Double D. And you know what? There won't be any samples left.
Well,
You better get there before Double D.
he'll be there to shake babies and to kiss hands. And here's the thing. Rush Appliance is starting a new promotion called the Flat Double D. Now, I'm serious. I'm
Yeah.
dead serious. You go there, and they will give you a 6-inch replica of our favorite afternoon disc jockey, our personality, Double D.
Yeah.
And then what we do is we ask you to go and take that 6-inch, just like the flat Stanley that we
Yeah.
take pictures with Double D in, go to Sweden. take a
Exotic
picture.
places.
Yes, Pond Creek. Take Double D and get pictures of, and then send them to us. And your best picture will be something we'll put on a website, and at the end of the month we'll pick a winner. But get your flat Double D tomorrow morning
right.
at Rush Appliance, and there'll be more information
Now,
about
when
that coming up.
Now, okay, you talk about at the end of the month. How are you gonna judge this?
Oh, we're going to in
You just
concert with
throw
Rush.
them in a house?
No. We're
We're
going to find the most interesting,
or the most exotic use.
exotic,
of flat Double D.
interesting, one that catches our eye. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's to come. Last night I hooked up my Amazon Alexa, and you have
Yeah.
to talk to it to have it train. Its voice.
Yeah.
You
Right,
train
yeah.
it, and I got into an argument with it.
With Alexa.
Yeah. What's the weather, Alexa? What's the weather? What do you care? It was a pitched argument. It's like the rest. My whole day yesterday was that way. Even electronically, people turned against me. Alexa became an enemy before the end of the evening.
You know you're having a bad day when your electronics argue
Yes.
with you.
Yeah.
Yes. I kind of look forward to this rodeo coming up that you're going to
Yeah,
have
the
out at the
Lineman
college.
Rodeo.
Yes.
27th, right?
Big time. Yes.
We were talking earlier this morning. Well, as people that are sitting there with their lawn chairs watching, once again, free pork burgers for that. It's
Free
coming up at
pork
the end of the month. Come out at 10:30 to be able to watch it. It's very interesting to watch. I've watched the rodeos because I went to Western Texas College, and we started a lineman program just like the one here at Frontier.
There aren't many in the country.
And let me tell you something. The rodeos were not just interesting to watch, but there were representatives from HR from the major power companies that came there and scouted linemen just like you would scout a baseball player. And when it was over with, each one of those soon-to-be graduates had a choice of where they wanted to go to work.
Isn't that amazing? And this is what this is all about, is not only to provide an activity for our students to show their skills to their families and friends and so forth, but also for those employers to get their name out there, to show what they can do. You know, in a typical job interview, you sit at a table and talk about what you can do. In this situation, you show exactly what you're capable of doing. And they are. They're very talented, and all the activities that they're doing at the rodeo are things that you would do in a real world situation, live man rescue and so forth.
I've got a couple of suggestions.
I've often been out driving around and seen linemen with an egg in their mouth going up a pole.
Yes.
So,
and you think, boy, I sure hope he doesn't crunch that egg.
Well, you know, you may be up there a while, and that could be lunch.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Here's my suggestion.
Well, you might have to save a bird nest.
You might have to.
That's a great idea.
It's all about, you know.
But what if it's an ostrich? Anyway, here's my suggestion.
Okay.
When your audience is there, I think you ought to be able to rate their landing. True. Did they stick the landing?
And we all get cards 1 through 10.
Yes. Oh, that's a 9.5. You know, and that's a great landing. Now we talk about the pole climb.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was curious, why not a pole dance?
Well, you know, that could be an important skill to have. If you're successful, you dance a little bit.
That would bring them out.
That would be, yeah.
A whole different crowd.
Okay, you can tell him the former president had an idea about.
I can do that. I'm thinking they might already know now.
You think so? Yeah, probably. Well, I have in my former pork burger stained hands. Actually, they're not former, almost fresh pork burger stained hands.
The bucket of bunk.
The bucket of bunk, and we're going down movie memory lane today. And so, I mean, these are major stars. I couldn't believe all of them were born on the same date. Today, April 5th, along with my youngest son.
There you go.
Spencer Tracy. His middle name was Bonaventure. Spencer Bonaventure. Yes, that was his middle name. Bonaventure. He died in 1967. Once again, here's somebody dying at 67. Some of these dates of people dying is really starting to bother him, besides the 30-year-old son today. Anyway, he was in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He had a number. He had 2 Academy Awards. He was married to a woman by the name of Louise, but truly the love of his life was Katharine Hepburn from 1941 to 1967. They never married. He never divorced Louise. It was not even a well-kept secret in Hollywood. They cohabitated together. Really a very odd thing for that time. He had many hits with Clark Gable. They were a team at MGM. And he also, where he met Hepburn was in her movie Woman of the Year. He had severe alcoholism throughout most of his life. His last movie was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which was a classic.
Yep.
Sidney Poitier and Hepburn. He felt very, very, he was convinced that his son's deafness was some sort of punishment from God. That his sins had been transferred to his son's deafness. Isn't that interesting? He also had a number of other sins, namely Judy Garland, Joan Crawford, and Ingrid Bergman. So Spence got around.
I'd say.
So anyway, he died in 1967. He was born on this date in 1900.
Okay.
So he would be 119. Man. All right. Betty Davis. 1908 she was born. Actress, movies Dangerous, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
She's got those eyes.
That's it. Kim Carnes immortalized her. Not that she wasn't already immortal.
Right.
Betty Davis Eyes was 9 weeks at #1 and was named the Billboard Song of the Year in 1981. Great song.
Yeah.
Betty Davis was a huge movie star. 2 Academy Awards. One of his cinema's most recognizable celebrities.
Wasn't she also a pinup girl during World War II? I think she was.
Might have been.
Yeah.
I believe so. I believe
Yeah.
you're right, Mark.
Gregory Peck, born on this date. Is this incredible?
This is
the lineup
amazing.
here. He was born in 1916. He died at the age of 87 in 2003. He had 5 Academy Awards. I think my favorite Gregory Peck role. Do you have one? Because before I tell you mine,
No, go ahead.
Atticus Finch, 1967, To Kill a Mockingbird. If you haven't
a good
seen
one.
that, if you haven't seen that movie, it is one of the great all-time movies ever. You really need to do it. We were doing that Netflix top 100 movies of all time, and we watched it and just loved it. His son Anthony was once married to Cheryl Tiegs.
I
Really?
did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Another son, Jonathan, committed suicide in 1975, so he went through a very difficult time. He once wanted to be a priest. He was Catholic. Gregory Peck. And Gail Storm. Now, I'm going to wait for a second because I don't know if you're old enough, Jan, to know who Gail Storm was. I know you do.
I don't know who
Yeah.
Gail Storm is.
She was a famous 1950s TV comedian and singer. She died at the age of 87. She was the star of My Little Margie, which was a thematic comedy show. She always got in trouble. Her dad bailed her out at the end. It all worked out.
It was done along the lines of the Sherwood Schwartz playbook,
Yes, absolutely.
kind of like Gilligan's Island and things like that.
She was married and widowed twice. Reminds me of a story.
All right.
When I was here before you got involved in my personal life, Jan,
Way back when.
and introduced me to who is Mrs. Dreeth. I was at a doctor's appointment. I won't say where or who. And during the appointment, I was asked, "Are you single?" And I said, "Yes." Kind of worried about why he was asking that. And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, you need to meet Jane Smith. She lives here in town. What a lovely woman." And I said, "Well, really?" And he said, I said, "Well, you know, I'm kind of seeing somebody, so no, I'm not really interested." And he said, "Oh, she's just wonderful. Such misfortune." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, she's lost 3 husbands. 3 husbands have died on her." And I'm thinking, what a calling card. Okay. And it reminded me.
Red flag 1.
It reminded me of the old story, and I forget who told it, about the guy who was in that same situation, and they said, "I want you to meet Jane here. She's had 3 husbands. They all died." And he said, "Really? What happened?" He said, "Well, the first one died eating poison mushrooms." I said, "Really?" Yeah. How did the second one die?" "Well, he died eating poison mushrooms." "Really? How did the third one die?"
I know where
He
you're going with this one.
took a frying pan over the head because
He wouldn't eat.
he would need the poison mushrooms. So anyway, I passed on that date.
And now you know the rest of the story.
I said, listen, why don't we get together and, have a meal together? "No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to have a meal with you, honey." Oh, okay. On this date, April 5th, American Indian Pocahontas in 1614 married English colonist John Rolfe in Virginia. Pocahontas married on this date.
Okay.
Did you do the flowers for that?
I did
Oh,
did
okay.
not do the flowers for Pocahontas,
Six-
nor did we do the tuxes.
But you could have.
You could have. Sure. 1621, the Mayflower goes back from Plymouth to England. 1887, Anne Sullivan taught Helen Keller the meaning of the word
Water.
water. That's right,
Okay.
Jeff. That was the beginning of her being able to communicate.
Yeah.
1923, Firestone Rubber Company began the first regular production of balloon tires. In 1933, the first operation to remove a lung was performed at Barnes Hospital in St. Louis. 1951, American Julius and Ethel Rosenberg sentenced to death for committing espionage for the Soviet Union.
Yep.
1985, John McEnroe said, quote, "Any man can beat any woman at any sport, especially tennis." Woo!
John McEnroe said that?
Yes! Woo!
Wow.
Oh, man.
And then he proceeded to throw his racket.
And curse.
Yeah.
1968 in music history, Simon and Garfunkel's single Mrs. Robinson was released. 1977, David Bowie appeared on Dinah Shore's show. Dinah Shore Show. 1983, the Beach Boys banned from the 4th of July concert at the White House. Guess what happened? Ronald Reagan interceded and said, the Beach Boys are pretty good. Let's have them.
Why would you ban?
I have no idea. I don't remember any racy lyrics from the Beach Boys. Do you?
I can't think of anything.
In 1993, construction began on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Okay, that's the bucket of bunk.
That's the bucket of bunk.
And
All
I've
right.
got plenty of things we can talk about with Jan after we come back with this break. You're listening to Morning Coffee.
You have a 1 in 2 chance of having prediabetes or diabetes. We can take steps right now to beat the odds. It's Baratunde Thurston, and on this episode of Spit, I sit down with Tim McGraw, Tracy Brown, and Julia Hu to get the scoop on what we can do right now to live healthier lives.
The things that you can concretely do every day that can help you move forward with your health creates a ripple effect in the rest of your life.
Spit is an iHeartRadio podcast with 23andMe. Listen to the latest episode in the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your favorite shows.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Stop by your local Ace for our biggest lawn and garden sale of the spring. Get a $5 reward for every $25 you spend on Scott's, Miracle-Gro, and Ortho products. And don't miss our neighborhood yard party this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. See product demonstrations plus get help for all of your lawn and garden projects. Hurry in for our biggest lawn and garden sale of the spring. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members at participating stores and acehardware.com through April 15th. Maximum reward of $50.
At Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics, your family's care team is close to home. New family nurse practitioner Danielle Baker will provide the knowledge and attention to guarantee you get the care you need when and where you need it. From routine care to acute needs, Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics have you covered. Plus, same-day appointments are available and a Carmi walk-in clinic on Saturday for those unexpected illnesses. With 7 providers and 9 specialty care clinics, maybe it's time to take another look at Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro.
Celebrating you and your bestie this Saturday, Carnaby's Girlfriend's Day Out coupon includes purchasing 1 clothing item with the second one at 20% off. Meet your perfect Brighton sandal. Try on a pair and register to win one. All footwear, 20% off. Take an extra 20% off their retired Brighton Corner. Preview their huge selection of dresses, casual to Easter looks, all 20% off. Don't forget to register your coupon for Girlfriend's Day Out at Carnaby to win a $100 gift card. Girlfriend therapy paired with a little Carnaby retail therapy. Priceless.
At FNB, we believe in us, not us the bank, us the farmers, us the families, us the community. That's why we continuously and proudly support, invest in, and volunteer throughout our region. So whether you're from Fairfield, Wayne City, Sisney, Grayville, or anywhere in between, you'll always find a friendly and helpful neighbor right here at home. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when a man named Charles Whitman went on a 90-minute shooting spree from the tower at the University of Texas? For the first time, a U.S. satellite went up to orbit the moon and sent back pictures. President Johnson's daughter Lucy got married. The Beatles gave their final American concert. Al Geiberger won the PGA. We said farewell to golf star Champagne Tony Lima and to comedian Lenny Bruce. And here's what was new on the radio.
They're coming to take me away, haha.
Trains and boats and where was born a summertime.
Sunshine came softly.
Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to our station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Deep South Restaurant, Nap Oil, Murphy's Pet Grooming and Boarding, and Serendipity Cards and Gifts. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long these deals will last.
August 1966. Hot town, summer in the city.
The Lovin' Spoonful and Summer in the City, the top song of August 1966. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
It's the perfect time to start thinking about your spring projects around the house. William Noby is your one-stop shop for all parts, sales, and service needs. Now get a John Deere 1025R compact utility tractor with a loader and 54-inch drive-over deck for just $169 a month. Avoid downtime and extend the life of your new tractor with our 10-year warranty. Visit us online at WMNoby.com or stop by one of our 13 locations. Offer valid through April 30th, 2019. 0% financing for 84 months based on 20% down at signing, subject to John Deere financial approval. Some restrictions apply, so see dealer for details.
Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield is your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Whether you're headed to prom or getting married, Black's can make that special day even more special by helping you look good. And don't forget, Black's can also custom design your wedding and prom flowers. Stop by 310 East Main in Fairfield or give them a call at 847-7076. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield. And remember to like them on Facebook.
Spring into life to help save a life at the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Red Cross Blood Drive. Call Shauna Williams at 618-847-8242 to schedule a time for April 16th. Slots are available from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can also pre-register at redcrossblood.org. The event will be held in the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Educational Annex Building at 203 Northwest 10th Street in Fairfield. Spring into life. Donate blood Tuesday, April 16th.
Young Living oil educator Sarah Benton will present a program Saturday, April 6th, 4 p.m. at Steph's Coffee Shop in Milshows, entitled Oils of the Bible. Cost is $5, and Sarah will have roller bottles on hand for $5 also. This is a good time to try the oil of your choice. Oils of the Bible to be presented Saturday, April 6th, 4 p.m., Steph's Coffee Shop. The public is invited to attend.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee for a Friday morning.
Opening day in St. Louis.
Yes.
Big time out there in the St.
Have you ever
Louis
been to an
area.
opening day, Jan?
I have not been to an opening day, and I have not been to their new stadium.
No.
Waiting on an invitation.
You're going to get one from us.
Okay, have not
I'm
been.
serious. We will do that because that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
We went there way too many times in the last couple of years. Looks like we got a call. Yes.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
This radio station?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir.
Mrs. Wiles there.
I can't hear you.
You're on Morning Coffee.
Mrs. Wiles.
Yes.
Your guest. How did she land, Stan?
How did she land Stan?
How did I land Stan? Well, I got tired of running, I suppose.
There you go.
Why didn't you put Justin up for adoption? Because he comes over and pesters me all the time.
Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be him.
Okay, good show.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you
thanks.
very much. How did you land Stan? Wow.
Long story short, show's not long enough for that.
Well, you pulled him up on the bank and he flopped like a
There
carp.
you go.
He flopped like a carp. So anyway, the opening day, and the interesting story yesterday was, Jan, that Albert Pujols, who's going to be coming back to St. Louis in June, first time in years and years and years, says he didn't leave because of money.
Likely story.
And isn't it? I mean, I just, why wouldn't you say? Well, I guess it would probably be politically incorrect in California to say, I wish I'd never left. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know he has to be thinking that. He gave up all that money in taxes being in California.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it. And yet, I believe he'll get a 5-minute standing ovation when he comes back.
Oh, easily.
to St. Louis.
Is he there today for opening day?
No. It's in June.
In
But he
June.
just came out with a story yesterday that, I felt disrespected by St. Louis. I don't know how you could feel that way. Oh, it's hard to believe. And as you said during the break, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Easily.
Is he going in as a Cardinals or is he going in as an Angel?
That remains to be seen.
That guy could have had a statue next to Musial. He was the heir to Musial. And he decided, and you could make money forever showing up at the ball games and signing stuff, and your uniform would be, you know how much, Stan Musial reported to work every day at his office just to sign stuff.
Just to sign stuff.
You know?
Well, you know, his number 5 would have been.
Yes.
Would have been. Put
I don't think they've allowed anybody else to wear 5, have they?
I don't think they have since then.
So how in the world did he feel disrespected?
He made it sound like he had to grovel to the DeWitts to be able to stay. And they would, honestly, they say he's 39 now, but there's some question as to how old he really is. You do not give a 10-year contract to somebody in their early 30s, because by the time they're 42, they're about as productive at the plate as I am. You know, and I can't hit a curve. So anyway, yeah, how's things going out at the farm?
The farm is good. Staying busy. Stan has his landscaping business, and he's running that. And of course, the weather affects everybody, but he's working hard. And
wondering, how did I get landed? How did she set the hook in me?
That was out of left field, wasn't it? Speaking of baseball.
Yeah, speaking of baseball, how did you land your husband?
I brought some trivia for you today.
You did?
I did, and it happens to be Cardinals baseball trivia.
Okay.
Are you ready for that?
Are we going to do it now?
Hold on. Why don't you hold on to the
Okay,
end of the
I can
show
do that.
because
I can do that.
Let me put something on the plate
Sure.
because I find this very interesting. There was no, that's not the one.
All right. Before you get started.
Yes.
Good
Go ahead.
morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Okay, I'd like to break in for just a second there and announce a benefit for Amy Whetstone.
Okay.
At the Burnt Prairie Church, Burnt Prairie Baptist Church.
Yes. When is
A
it?
week from tomorrow on April 13th.
April 13th. Time?
It's from 4 to 8.
4 to 8.
Okay.
And this all benefits Amy?
Yeah, it's for Amy Whetstone. She's going to have a bone marrow transplant.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we could get that on the air for you.
All right.
Really appreciate you listening.
All right. Thanks for the call.
All right, thank you.
There's a couple of guys from Arkansas that were in the news. They recently were released from jail after getting drunk and allegedly shooting at each other while wearing bulletproof vests.
Sounds like something that would happen in Arkansas.
According to the report, Charles Eugene Ferris, 50, was admitted to Mercy Hospital last Sunday with a red spot on his chest. Ferris told hospital authorities a harrowing tale of a gunfight he got into while protecting a man he called his asset, who had paid him $200 for security. Ferris said he had been shot several times while wearing a bulletproof vest. That's when they called the cops to come to the hotel, to the hospital. Unfortunately for Ferris, his wife Leslie told a very different story when questioned by investigators. She said that Ferris and his neighbor Christopher Hicks were out drinking on Ferris's back deck when she heard gunfire and ran outside to check to see what happened. Well, they decided after a few beers, hey, why don't we both put on some Kevlar and shoot each other?
Instead of shoot out at the OK Corral, let's shoot out
That's
at the OK
entertainment.
deck.
That's entertainment.
Shoot out on the back deck.
Yeah,
I can just
yeah.
see how that conversation went.
What do you think?
Sitting back in the lawn chair. Hey, gotta say it just like, hey. You know what would be cool? Let's put on a bulletproof vest and let's see if they work. And the other guy's sitting there going, golly, man, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Listen, you got any more Coors
That
Light?
sounds like a plan.
Let me have a couple more beers.
Oh, they had to be drinking the heavy stuff, man.
You
They
think
couldn't
so?
have been- oh, yeah.
A little Southern comfort going on there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, probably some moonshine.
By the way, remember earlier this week I said that Britney Spears was taking a couple of weeks at a sauna?
Yeah.
Not true. TMZ says she's gone to a mental health facility. So
okay.
Brittany's got some problems, apparently.
Poor thing.
Yeah. She's had a lot of trouble. So you're going to play baseball tomorrow?
Supposed to play today at SWIC, Southwestern.
At SWIC.
At SWIC.
Well, I don't know how much rain they got over there.
I don't know either, but the plan, and I haven't heard anything different from Coach this morning, is to go there, and then tomorrow they'll come here. So we have a doubleheader tomorrow at FNB Field, noon and approximately 3, whenever first.
You know, you have a great place to watch baseball.
We
and
do.
The level of baseball is really impressive.
Oh, it has improved tremendously.
It has
over the last couple of years.
And what amazes me is just a few weeks ago we had a game at home, and there were several Major League Scouts there, and I had the opportunity to speak with a few of them about their occupation of scouting. I find that very interesting, and where they travel. We had everybody there from Arizona Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Braves. I can't even begin to name all of them, but of course they have their radar guns, and it's interesting then for the spectators to see all that take place.
Yeah. Were they looking at our players?
Well, I choose to say whoever they're looking at all.
Absolutely, because you never know. They're there.
never
They're
know.
watching the game. Somebody makes, has a great game. All of a sudden, they're on the radar.
You know, it's kind of like if you go to a museum to see one thing, you see all of those things.
Right.
So everyone gets a look when there are scouts there.
I have to tell you, I told you this last time. I frequent the Bobcat Den quite a bit, and I'm most impressed with the way that your athletes conduct themselves.
Well, we stress character. That one of our rules is always do the right thing. And if you have questions about whether you should or shouldn't do something, do the right thing. And that's broad enough to encompass so many things.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring out that just this last week, 2 of our volleyball players have signed to move on to the next level to play volleyball.
A 4-year
at a 4-year university. Corey Sissel has signed, and she's going to Lindenwood.
Yes.
And Lexi Wheeler has signed, and she's going to a college in Missouri to play volleyball at the next level. So our athletes are getting these opportunities. They're getting the looks, and if they choose to move on to the next level, they're getting those
All
opportunities.
right, now, so when is construction going to start on the Bobcat Dome? That's what I want to know. I want to know when we're going to have, major college basketball here, the Frontier versus Duke, North Carolina, Kansas.
Well,
the Dome.
I've always said if I ever win the lottery, that's the first thing that I'll do.
Oh, it's going to become the Jan Wiles Dome. Is what it's going to become.
You give enough money, they put your name on it, right?
That's right. That's right. I don't have that kind of money, but nonetheless, the truth of the matter is, I'm going to be really honest. I went to a basketball game this winter at the Gymnasium at Center Street, named after Diana Zerlini. And I thought, wow, you wouldn't have to go to the Mule Barn to be able to have college basketball here. You could have it very easily at Center Street if you worked out a deal with them, only because it's a beautiful facility.
It is a nice facility.
And I think you wouldn't need any more space than what they have. All right, they've got great seating. But I thought, wow, what a great place that would be. Only problem is you got to find some way to be able to fund a basketball team.
Right. And we do use the Center Street Gymnasium for our volleyball.
What a great
our
place.
Volleyball girls play there. So that is our home court for volleyball.
So I'd like to see. Here's the thing that also, the economic impact. I often said this. All these people coming in, not just for the athletics. I was fascinated yesterday to talk to Julie Bryant about how many people come here for lineman training.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
From all over, and stay at the hotel, rent places to live in town. I've got an even better one. I just heard this week that one of our volleyball girls that's returning next year has been here for this year without a car. Next year, her dad's going to come here with her when they move her back and buy a car in Fairfield for her.
Wonderful.
Rather than bring one from elsewhere.
I heard this. Now, tell me if it's true or not. I heard that because of the lineman training, can't get that training within a 3-hour radius of
easily,
Fairfield.
yeah.
Okay, that there's a guy that commutes here from Greenville, Illinois.
That is true.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
I know someone who commuted from up around Effingham.
Yes.
A couple of years ago, and actually
Is he working in the industry?
Oh yeah.
You know,
And
they
he's
make a
working
lot of money.
He's up around the Springfield area right now.
When we were in Texas and we started this program there, you know how football is in Texas.
Yeah.
High school football.
Right.
We would always get the linemen from the area schools that wanted to work outside, that knew they could make, well above, like in the mid-20s in Texas per hour, and would come and be a part of our program, and they would get snatched up by power companies left and right. It was a great program for people, and you have to be very skilled to do this job.
Yes,
you really do. And the perfect part of this job is in the first week you find out whether or not they can climb.
Yes,
it's sort of like making sure that potential nurses become a CNA first.
Correct.
And why is that?
You've got to start with the bottom level, the grunt work, to touch people and do all of those things.
What do they do when they see blood? If they can't do that, they can't go on and be a nurse.
That's right.
And the same thing with linemen. If you can't climb and you're worried about heights, you better not be in that business.
Yeah.
And some people don't know that they have a fear of heights because
Until
they've never climbed a pole.
Right. Oh my. I think we'll come out to that rodeo. That sounds really interesting. We've been to a number of them, but I think this would be fun to go to. And kudos to the college for making an event out of it.
It is. And the faculty and staff are so proud of these young men that have worked so hard to do this. And I was speaking with one of our instructors yesterday who said the boys have worked harder this week because they're competing with each other now. They want to win the bragging rights from the rodeo in the 2 weeks that they still have. So he said they've been up and down those poles just lickety-split, just really pushing themselves.
I got to ask you one other thing.
Yes.
As a person that's involved in the academic area,
yes,
you're always looking for people with credentials, aren't you?
Absolutely.
So what I mean by that, Mark, is to teach a transfer level class at Frontier Community College, you have to have a master's degree in that area. Let's say it's chemistry.
Right.
Finding people with master's degrees in chemistry, or you have to have a master's degree in some other area with 18 hours in chemistry. Okay? Finding people like that to do adjunct work, and let's be honest, you're not loaded with full-time faculty members out there.
No.
It's incredible what Frontier generates in the way of students and credit hours with what, 5 or 6? How many full-time?
Full-time faculty, yes.
About that?
Yes.
Okay, so they have to depend a great deal on adjunct faculty, people that love teaching, because you're not going to get rich doing this, that love teaching and come out and do it. And so you're constantly going to have to be on the radar, not just in Fairfield, but also in Flora and in Lawrenceville and Newton, because Fairfield Frontier isn't responsible for those areas, to find people that have those credentials to be able to put somebody in front of the classroom.
It is, and
your daughter takes care of that.
Megan Black is the Director of Instructional Services, and she's the one that's charged with hiring adjunct instructors and training them, and obviously verifying all their credentials. And we are not a metropolitan area that many people have a master's degree or that 18 hours in content. So when we find someone that comes to us and says, I have the credentials, I'm interested in teaching, we are very, very thrilled and sign them up pretty quickly.
Let me tell you, so the similarities between Frontier and my time in Texas was when somebody was hired, when I hired somebody, after they were hired, my first question of them was, what's your spouse? What's her credentials?
Because you're correct, though. But
absolutely,
often you find the second one.
So here, I've got a master's in chemistry. Okay, well, we're going to hire you for 2 classes. Are you in? Yes. Now, tell me, how's the missus? What kind of credentials does she have? And often that's the way we were able to get people. We're on break.
We
take a break, and Jan's going to have some trivia to make us look foolish.
That's right.
On Morning Coffee. You want to hear that coming up after this.
People's National Bank now has 2 great CD specials for you. A 13-month CD at 2% APY and a 25-month CD at 2.35% APY. Come in today and take advantage of this limited time offer. Stop by any People's National Bank location and open a 13-month CD at 2% APY or a 25-month CD at 2.35% APY today. People's National Bank, member FDIC. Annual percentage yield accurate as of March 12, 2019. $500 to open and obtain APY.
Grab your moms, your daughters, and your friends and head to Fairfield for a shopping day geared just for the ladies. The Fairfield Retail Merchants and the Fairfield Chamber of Commerce have a full day planned for you. Socializing, shopping, and of course, sales. Girlfriend's Day Out is Saturday, April 6th. Plan to spend the day in Fairfield. Don't have a sitter for the kids? Don't worry, they have you covered. Babysitting will be available while you shop. Call 842-6116 for more information.
Hi folks, this is Sandy at Gill Sales and Service. Spring has finally sprung and summer will soon follow, so we are putting our Frigidaire 22 cubic foot chest freezers on sale for $749.95 while supplies last. Frigidaire's space-wise organization system offers organizational solutions you can customize to fit your needs, like sliding plastic baskets, dividers, and a pizza basket, bright LED lighting, a power-on indicator light, and pop-out key. Come get yours at Gill Sales and Service, 1605 West Main in Fairfield. Check it out on Facebook.
Did you know spring is right around the corner and Uniquely Rustique is getting ready? Visit the Big Deal store and get a $10 certificate for just $5.
At Ubinger's Furniture Company, sometimes I feel taxed to death, so I'm giving you sales tax relief. For a limited time, we will discount your purchase for the amount of your sales tax. See store for details or follow us on Facebook. At Ubinger's, we want to make your furniture purchase as affordable as we can. So hurry in for the sales tax relief sale, only at Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deals are worth the drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
If you can hear me, you already know that radio works. Let me, Libby Lingefelter, show you what else we can do at the original company, like direct mail and digital marketing. Call me, Libby Lingefelter, at WFIW WOKZ 842-2159.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Larry Lyday from One Stop Floorings on the phone. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, Mark. Good morning. How's everybody over there?
Doing just great. How about yourself?
We're good. A little foggy and misty over here, but looks like it's going to be a nice day. And,
yeah. And it's opening day for the Cardinals.
Yeah, opening day. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big sports day for everybody. I always think back. My dad, I used to take him when he was alive, and he always loved Stan Musial. And the last time he saw Stan, it was they both passed away that same year. So on opening day, it always makes me think of them guys. You know.
And of course. Whatever your team is, you've got the team rugs there.
Oh, yeah. We've got Cardinal Cub, Blues rugs, and just got a new shipment in, matter of fact. So we keep the sports rugs, and, it's busy. I mean, spring's coming, Mark. We're working. We're finishing up a big job out of General Tire. There's probably some people over in your area work at GT, but there's a new break room. We just tiled all the walls with Subway tile, and we're putting a LVT, vinyl on the floor. And, so anybody that works at GT that from your area is driving in, that's a one-stop flooring job, and I think they're going to really be pleased with it when they get it all done. But we're finishing that today, and that was what I was going to tell you. That's my message to the listeners. We do a lot of residential stuff, and obviously that's always our focus, but we do a lot of commercial stuff too, Mark. I mean, we work at the hospitals, we work at General Tire, we work at a lot of schools, a lot of churches. Not everybody has the crews. We can send 8 and 10 guys in, and when something needs to be done right away, or they don't want to be tore up or down long, and a lot of stores don't have that ability. We've got equipment, we've got the training, and that's what you got to have. And and we are capable of doing the big commercial stuff. And when a General Tire calls and says, "Hey, we got to have that room done in a week. Can you pull it off?" You better have your ducks in the row and the guys that can do it, and we have and we will. And
of course, you guys are the area only distributor for Benjamin Moore paints.
Yeah, and the paint's doing well. We've got some painters that are gearing up for the outside work, and they've got More Guard, More Glow. I mean, these products been around for 35 years, and they're old standbys, but But yeah, a lot of the house paints, the guys are getting ready, and 3,500 colors, Mark, on the color center wall. And we've got all the products and a full paint store, really. So anybody needing rollers, brushes, or anything to do with paint, come by and see the store and see what we've done with the paint. I think you'll be impressed.
3,500 different color variations. How do you choose one?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny, Mark. When I started 35 years ago, I sold Benjamin, as you know, but we had one fan deck, and we tinted everything by hand. Now it's all computer. We've got a $5,000 machine back there that'll match anything you bring in. Cloth, material, fabric. You bring a box in. I mean, anything, it'll match the color perfect. And so yeah, technology's advanced now. I think we got 8 fan decks to show people, so it's really almost too much. But they're known for color and design, and the ladies out there want that. And so if you need something a little different, Benjamin Moore will have it. Definitely.
What is the schedule for this weekend?
Well, we're here today to 5 or 5:30 tonight, and tomorrow I'm working till 3. So anybody got a flooring or paint project, love to hear about it, and we'll take good care of you.
All right, Larry, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Okay, you too, Mark.
Right.
Thanks
Larry
so much.
Lyday from One Stop Flooring in Mount Vernon joins us every Friday morning on the WFIW Morning Show.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Do you know the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA? Which one is best suited for your retirement goals? Conard Financial Group is committed to helping you understand the benefits and drawbacks of each. Phone 842-7855 today for help with choosing the retirement account that's right for you. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Conard Financial Group.
Fairfield area weather forecast. Cloudy skies today, high 65. Clearing tonight, low 50. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 70. Thunderstorms a possibility on Sunday, high 70. For Monday, cloudy skies, high 70. And for Tuesday, partly cloudy and a high 75. Overnight, low 52. Yesterday's high was 68. 21/100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday at the WFIW studios. Currently, humidity at 100%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 30.03. Visibility at 1.3 miles. Some fog and drizzle right now. And we've got 52 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. As I mentioned, a little bit of light rain showing up in portions of Illinois. Nothing in the immediate area at the present time yet as things move off to the east.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
We're back. Back on Morning Coffee.
Yep, Jan Wiles trivia this morning.
That's right. Jan Wiles, the one that set me up with Mrs. Dreeth and who landed Stan.
I did.
He landed him.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, Stan. Get on the dock.
Okay, are we ready for some
Yep.
Cardinals trivia?
Yes. Yeah.
I think you'll get this one
Opening
pretty good.
day.
I'm going to start you with an easy one since this is opening day for the Cardinals. Which of these former Cardinal broadcasters was admitted to the broadcasters wing of the National Hall of Fame first?
First. Uh-oh, that's a trick question.
That's
then.
the trick question. First.
Well, now, honestly, you know that Harry Carey was put in, and I have to believe though that Jack Buck made it there first. Don't you think, Mark? And nobody was famous as far as I knew prior to that. I mean, there was Gabby Street, there was Buddy Blattner and stuff like that.
Dizzy Dean.
And Dizzy Dean, but they wouldn't have put Dizzy
Well,
Dean in the broadcasters.
He made it as a player.
Yeah, but the guy couldn't pronounce a sentence. I don't think he was in
for. I would say.
I think Buck made it before.
Harry Carey.
I'm going to say Jack Buck.
Okay, it's Jack Buck.
Okay.
Okay, Buck was inducted in 1987 while still active as a Cardinal broadcaster, and Harry Carey followed in '89.
Okay.
Not that far apart.
Not that far.
Okay, now this one's a little more challenging.
All right.
This St. Louis Cardinals second baseman wore number 2 for nearly all of his career, which spanned from 1945 until his trade to Milwaukee in 1956. He has nearly 1,800 hits with the club while playing in 1,795 games. Which 10-time All-Star is this?
Okay, well, it's really easy. It's from Germantown, Illinois. The old redhead, Red Shandies.
You do. You've got that one. Okay. The year's 1888. The future Cardinals franchise is known as the St. Louis Browns, playing in the American Association.
Right.
Which 20-year-old pitcher led the team with 45 wins?
Ooh, in
1888.
Oh, my, that's even before. That's even before they had. How about
Cy Young?
Yeah, Cy Young was. He was on the Cardinals, but I think he was on the St. Louis Perfectos, which was the team after. The Browns. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Silver King.
Silver was his real name. Silver.
Charles Frederick Koenig.
Koenig.
Played 3 years with the Browns.
How many wins?
Let's see. 45 wins.
Wow.
When he was 20 years old.
Silver King. Sounds like a fish.
I know. Okay, in May the 2nd of 1882, the St. Louis Browns, they at that point had been renamed the Cardinals will be in the 1900, played their first game in the American Association. George W. McGinnis was the starting pitcher. What was his nickname? What was McGinnis's nickname?
McGinnis. Boy, this is pre-modern day baseball, and I don't know.
I have no clue.
Jumbo.
Jumbo
McGinnis stood 5'10" and weighed 197 pounds.
That Jumbo. I'm 5'10" and I'm over that. They would have called me Jumbo. Jumbo Dreeth on the hill today.
Okay, next one. Enos Slaughter's game-winning mad dash from first to home to score the winning run in the 1946 World Series for the Cardinals ranks as an exciting, memorable event.
Yes.
What team did the Cardinals beat in that World Series?
That's pretty easy. That was the Boston Red Sox.
There you go.
1946. He was on first base, hit to right field. So, I mean, the ball was behind him. He made the turn around second and then went through a stop sign from the coach to score that run. And there's video. I mean, there's
video
film of it.
And you see it all the time.
It's what did they Enos Country Slaughter. That's right. And there's a statue of him out front of Busch Stadium.
Yep. Ozzie Smith, known as the Wizard, played with the St. Louis Cardinals from 1982 through 1996. How many consecutive Gold Glove awards did he earn?
I'm going to say consecutive. I would say 9. I think he had more than 9, but I think he had 9 in a row. What do you think,
I'm
Turner?
going to think 11.
13.
Woo! Okay. I was wrong.
In 1991, he set a major league record with only 8 errors, was selected for 15 All-Star games, and in 1996, he received over 27.5 million votes.
Let me tell you, that is a dream of Mrs. Dreeth, to meet Ozzie Smith. She's wanted to meet him. And here's the thing. We lived in Wildwood. We'd go to the Schnucks every day. And he went to that grocery store. She would just hang around in produce,
she was
waiting for Ozzie to
store.
show up. And then a week after I left St. Louis Community College, he showed up at my office, which further upset her. Couldn't you hang in there for another week? Yeah.
What year did the Cardinals win their first World Series title?
I was going to say 1926 because 1927 was the famous Yankees. I think old Grover Cleveland, was it Grover Cleveland Alexander? Grover, there was a famous pitcher, a relief pitcher that essentially won that series. But I'd say 26.
You are correct, 1926.
That's pretty impressive.
Cardinals pitcher Bob Gibson had an amazing career from 1959 to 1975, an amazing presence on the mound that struck fear into many a batter. What was his biggest single season ERA?
1.12.
No.
Biggest?
His
largest?
The highest.
I'm sorry, what was his best?
What
was his best?
1.12.
Yes,
50 years ago, he was in St. Louis yesterday when they named a street, Bob Gibson Way.
Honorary
Bob
Way.
Gibson
And
Way.
ironically, it's Gibson Street.
It was
Gibson
already
Street before.
So they renamed it or recalibrated it. So you don't have to change addresses.
Right.
Do we have time for one more?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Which of the following Cardinals hit 4 home runs in one game?
Oh, I know that one. That's easy.
You knew that. We had that question earlier in this week, didn't we?
Mark Whitten.
Mark Whitten.
Against the Cleveland Indians, right?
Right. Hard-hitting Whitten played for the Blue Jays, Indians, Red Sox, Phillies, Atlanta Braves, Mariners, and Yankees. Other players that have hit 4 jacks in a game include Bob Horner, Mike Cameron, Sean Green, and Carlos Delgado. Whitten was the only player to do it in the 1990s.
Let me ask, didn't he have 2 in 1 inning in that? I mean,
I think he did.
Against the same pitcher, if I'm not mistaken, which is even more amazing that the guy stayed in the game for him to hit 2 dingers off of him. Those were great.
Well, he was trying. The bullpen was worn out. He was trying to save the bullpen.
Thank you. Those were wonderful.
Well, thank you. I thought
well
it appropriate
done.
on today.
We
for
love
opening
having
day.
you. We're going to have you again, and we hope that you enjoyed coming in and visiting us this morning.
Thank you so much
all
for
right,
asking me.
Jan Wiles from Frontier Community College. I want you to all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Monday.
Streaming live on WFIWradio.com and join us on Facebook and Twitter. This is WFIW, Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. 5 showrooms, pictures, and prices at BoydFurniture.com, and follow them on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Hiring picked back up last month, the economy adding 196,000 jobs, the unemployment rate steady at 3.8%.
Construction created 16,000 jobs. That's 246,000 jobs over the last 12 months. Healthcare up 49,000 jobs. That's 389,000